Cassie Calvert, and we are back on Facebook Live. Today, I am joined virtually by Bradley Bozeman. How are you?
Doing great. How about y'all?
Good. So the last time we heard from you was when you were wrapping up your anti-bullying RV tour across the United States. Tell us a little bit about how that went and what some of your biggest takeaways were.
So it went absolutely amazing. We got cut off a little bit early because of COVID, but we got to do a majority of our trip. We started in Maryland, made our way to the southern states, through Texas, Alabama, made it all the way out to California, and then back to Denver. And then we were cut off by COVID. I think we were four stops short of making our entire trip, but we spoke to over 10,000 kids. Just such an amazing trip, such an amazing experience. Nikki and I were so blessed to be able to. I'm looking to my left because she's sitting over here, but so blessed to be able to do that, and hopefully have some type of impact in our community and in our country. It was just such an amazing experience, and just the open arms we got from everyone, and to hear all these kids' stories about their struggles and what's going on, and trying to help any way we can has been absolutely amazing. So
I'm sure they got so much out of it, but I have to ask, so we heard that the RV is now for sale. What spawned that? Has it been an adjustment moving out of such a small space?
So Nikki and I found a house in Maryland, and it was just, it was kind of too good to pass up on for us. So we had planned on being in the RV for another 2 years. Then found the house, and decided maybe it's time to let it go, and so we're selling it. We have another camper now. The camper went cross country in, and we're selling the one we were living in, and hopefully we can get it sold pretty quickly. So
it's still in the market. So fans, if you're looking for an RV, you know where to go.
Yeah, we hope to have it sold, but we'll see.
So we actually have a follow-up question from a fan on that trip, because you posted about eating that 72-ounce steak when you're in Texas. He wants to know, Garnet, are you still digesting all of that?
I think I made it past it finally. It legitimately took me about a week. I didn't really eat much after that week of eating that steak. It was such a hard challenge, but I got through it, and I definitely won't be trying it again. So if you make it over to the Big Texan and beat my time, you'll beat it for the rest of your life, because I will not be trying that again.
Is that the first food challenge you've done like that, or have you done it before?
Yeah, that's the first food challenge I've ever done. So it was definitely a monster one to try. So and then the Big Texans, they were awesome. They actually did a donation to us for every person that beat my time. They donated $100 to our foundation. Anyone that just finished the challenge, they did 50. So they're, big shout out to them. They're really awesome about, backing us up. So
that's incredible. I love that. So one and done on the food challenges. All right.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
So in the draft this year, you guys obviously added a couple pieces on the rookie-wise for the offensive line. You also added DJ Fluker and free agency. What has it been like kind of getting to know those guys in your position group virtually?
It's been a little different than the past couple of years, doing it all virtually and all online. But they all seem really good. They seem, very knowledgeable. They're really busting their butt trying to learn this playbook in a really weird time right now. So I think they're doing a really good job, and I'm excited to see when we go back what they've retained and learned. So,
from Reggie, he wants to know, with this virtual offseason, how do you think you've improved as a player, kind of despite all the hindrances on you guys?
It's definitely a lot of self-discipline. For us, is just staying in and staying in shape, making sure you're doing the right things. I think I had a really good off season this year. Learned a lot of good things in our virtual meetings. Got to spend a lot of quality time with my wife, and she's definitely kept me going and pushed me when I wasn't feeling up to going. But she's been a big help in all this to make sure I stay motivated. So it's definitely like I said, self-discipline has been a big part of it. So
that's really special that you guys have gotten that extra time together this offseason, because it can be so crazy during a typical NFL season.
Right. All right. It is.
So no, you're good. So you talked about all the work that you've done this offseason. So kind of going into this season, what are some of your goals personally for this year?
I want to ultimately, we want to win a championship. That's the goal. That's where we want to be into this season. We're going to go in. We're going to take it game by game, and we're going to hopefully end up in a good situation at the end to have an opportunity. But for me personally, I want to be a Pro Bowler. I want to show that, I am one of the best guards in the league. And, I think I had a strong season last year, and hopefully build on that this year. So
I love it. Those are great goals. We hope both of those things happen for sure. So switch it up a little. We have this question from John. He wants to know what you think of Lamar's Madden rating being a 94.
It'll go up. Don't worry about that. It'll go up. He's definitely one of the best quarterbacks I've ever played for, and he's such a great team leader, and he does all the things right. He's the person that you want behind you. So I wouldn't worry about that Madden rating too much. It's about what he's going to show what he can do on the field. So,
and it was an improvement from last year, so I feel like it's fair. It'll keep going up.
Right, it will for sure. So he just keeps showing people wrong every day. So it's pretty good for a running back.
Exactly. I'm sure he'll end up in that 99 club eventually. All right. Our next question is from Marco. He wants to know who the toughest lineman in the AFC North you faced.
It would probably have to be Cam Hayward. Just all around great player. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler. He's a great competitor. He can run. He can stand his own in the run, the pass, no matter the situation. He was definitely the hardest guy I played this year, the lineman. So.
And you get to see him twice every year, so
exactly,
love that.
Exactly. So he's really long, and he's definitely a competitor. So he's a tough guy to guard.
For sure. One of my favorite things this offseason, switching gears a little bit, was you guys got the chance to go to Mo Gaba's graduation parade. What was that like, kind of getting to be there for him, and that sort of, obviously graduations don't look the same this year, but you guys were kind of able to take part in that special moment for him.
Right. It was so cool. So we pulled up, and we were actually in the parade part of it to start with. And we pulled up, and there's probably anywhere from 80 to 100 cars sitting there. I thought that was so special just to have all those people go and show it the support to him. So when we finally had to wait in line and got to the front of the line where Mo was, we got to stop and hang out. And it was so special to give him that moment. And I think one of the coolest parts was, the Ravens presented him with a football about his graduation, and goes, "This ball is not for me. This is from Mom." And I mean, I started crying. Nikki started crying. I think there wasn't a drive there. So he is such a special kid. And, if all of us had just a little bit of Mo in us, this world would be a lot better place. But, Mo is just an unbelievable kid, and he knows what life's about. So I'm glad I've been able to make friends with him, and he's one of my good buddies now. So.
Like he's an extension of the Ravens organization now. He's definitely a part of the family.
100%.
I love that. That's so special. All right, we have a question from Jennifer, who is actually my mom. So shout out to her for tuning in. She wants to know who your sports heroes were growing
up. Sports heroes growing up. I was a big Alabama fan growing up. Born and raised in Alabama. Went to Alabama. I love Barrett Jones growing up. We're similar play styles. And then my dad, my dad he was really good at sports. Always wanted to follow in his footsteps. And then my brother was 7 years older than me. And me and him were constantly competing. So he was definitely one too. I always wanted to be better than him. I always, strived to beat him in anything we did, no matter what it was. So, it was definitely, I think my brother and my dad are my biggest ones. So.
That's a bit of an age gap for sports there, especially at a young age.
Right. So, I was my brother's not quite as big as I am. He's 6'3", and he was about 280 pounds in high school. And then I think I caught him when I was like 14 years old. So we've been competing a long time. So
I didn't realize that you grew up an Alabama fan too. It was pretty special then for you to get to go and play there and obviously win a national championship.
Yes, for sure. That was my goal since I can remember. I wanted to play at Alabama. I told my dad and his friends that I wanted to play at Alabama. I'm 8 years old telling them that, and they're like rolling their eyes. Yeah, okay, whatever. But it was just such a dream come true for me and my family, and to be able to go there and win multiple national championships and be the team captain, and just a very, very special dream come true for me. So.
Anything is possible. I love that. All right. From Kyle, what is your favorite memory of the last 2 seasons with the Ravens?
I don't know if I had one in particular. Last year, every day I waking up at 6 a.m., going to work 7 days a week. I never got tired of it. And I think that just speaks volumes to the teammates I have and the coaching staff and the organization I play for. It's just a great place to work and to go in and compete every day. You just some of the teammates we have, like Orlando Brown, Ingram, and just all those amazing guys that are on our team that make football fun. I'm blessed to be able to play for Orange Ravens. So I mean, just all those guys and the memories we've made, and just the everyday life with Mark and Tony and everyone just dancing and messing around and joking around in the locker room. So
we actually have a follow-up question from him. Like, what is that energy like to be a part of a locker room like that?
It's special. I mean, it really is. I don't think I've ever been really a part of a team that was that gelled together. Just every day, there's no one getting in fights. Everyone's competing. Everybody's wanting to go hard. Everybody has the same mission in mind. So it's, it's special. It's really special. You don't really know how to describe it unless you're a part of it. So it's just a special locker room. So.
All right, we're going to take one last fan question. This is from Harish. He wants to know how you guys think you'll be able to fill in for Marshal Yanda this year, and if you plan on taking a bigger role on the offensive line because of his absence.
Marshall left some huge shoes to fill. The guy I was very blessed to be able to play with him for 2 years and to be able to learn under him. And he kind of took me under his wing and showed me the ropes and, how to compete, how to be a competitor, how to be a pro. And there's some big shoes to fill. So, we're all going to have to step our game up to be able to fill those shoes. So I think all across the board, we're going to all step up and be a bigger impact this year than we were last year. So yeah, we're going to miss Marsh, and I think he had a couple more in him, but respect his decision 100%. He deserves it. Just such a special player and a great guy. And I'll always have respect for him and just thank him for the role he's played in my life, in my career. So.
I'm sure we'll be seeing him in the Hall of Fame in a couple of years too. So
100%.
Thank you so much for the time today. We really enjoyed catching up with you. This is so special for our fans, especially during this time. So thank you, and hopefully we'll see you back in the building soon.
Sounds good. See you guys later.